Okay, here we are. 1-2, 1-2. Let's go. Something holding people back a lot is the inability to just reflect on themselves and be honest with the way they're at. Through reflecting on my own performance and trying to figure out how good or how bad I am, comparing that to the goals that I wanted to reach, I began counting and tracking what I was doing. That way, how good or bad I was and the level I was at wasn't left to my own bias. There was clear evidence and information on where I was and where I needed to be. This took a lot of effort at the start, and it was really hard to consistently do this in trainings or in the gym. So it had to become a habit. So to start counting my reps consistently, it had to be a habit and a box that I had to tick off to say, yeah, I counted my reps on that day. And then within that, I would write down the reps and compare it to the other sessions. So it was a habit inside of a habit. Inception, habitception. And yeah, what I see in a lot of athletes is that their confidence is driven through a few really good performances, and it's very fragile because as soon as they're having a bad week or even a bad month, because having a bad month of whatever you're doing, whatever skill you're trying to improve in sport is actually more common than people think. It just leads to this terrible crash, which makes them hate the sport, think they're terrible, not living up to their own expectations. Obviously, you can move on not tracking anything, not doing all the extra stuff, and that's fine. If you just plan to have fun, you don't want to really deal with the extra stuff. That works for most people who are starting off or in an intermediate stage, improving just from getting touches on the ball or just going through the motions. But the tough part is consistency. Consistency is something that is developed over a long time, and unless you're tracking it as you're developing, you won't really know if you're a consistent player or not. This, more importantly, goes out to those athletes and those people who are trying to reach a really high level in their career. And that is that feeling like you're getting better is not enough, especially if you have big goals. Using some kind of habit tracking or counting your reps and tracking your progress is self-reflection. Through this self-monitoring, you're going to force yourself to change, because you have the numbers, and how you feel you performed is not actually how you performed on paper. Then you're forced to change the systems that you're following, or how you're playing, or how you're approaching the game. So in essence, what is measured improves. Monitoring equals change. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. I didn't make the... If you want to build real confidence, you need real evidence, not something built off of ego or just a few good moments. And knowing your level is going to be a big jump for you in terms of your mentality and how you improve. It's hard and it's not realistic to not know your level and stay confident. Write down in the comments what cut I should get next. I've tried bold, I've gone long hair. What's next? Blue hair. So make it a habit, count your reps, and know where you are. And do your best to stay honest with yourself. Bye.